you, everybody. Ew. I knew he'd do that. All right, coming to you from out here in the great wilderness. You may or may not can hear the creek over there, but the creek is flowing from all the rain. So we're out here today because we're going to test. We're going to set up and show you my new camo tent, and I'm going to talk about it a little bit. So it's going to be a lot of fun. There's some new design features that I think I've added that no other tents have. It's going to be really cool. In the future, there's going to be some more mods, and then we're going to try to cook up some food and have some coffee after it's set up, because I think the setup goes pretty quick. So, anything you want to add?
Let's hurry up because I'm hungry.
All right, sounds good to me. Let's get these backpacks off and just dump them out on the ground and see what we have.
I'm ready for my morning coffee.
That's right. All right, first things first, let's just empty these packs out. Now, the ground is saturated in mud, which ain't good. And the wind is picking up real bad, so I'm probably gonna have to speak up. But I didn't bring a microphone because in the last video I brought a microphone and Nick couldn't say anything. So
no, nobody could hear my sarcastic comments because I was still saying them.
And people, it was like somebody said, he was clucking, but they couldn't find the nest.
Yep.
So anyway, we're going to empty all this stuff out here now, and first thing we're going to do is, let's see, let's open this up. Wait a minute. Oh, here it is. There you go. All right, I'm going to pull out this belt. Pull this out. I think that's our food. See, I got a machete.
As he throws the machete on the bag, we later wonder why all the eggs are broken.
Yeah. All right. Oh no, everything's dumped out. Oh man.
All right. Hey, that just means you don't have to unpack it. It already unpacked itself for you.
Let's lay this on the ground right here. All right, what do we have here? We got some rope. This is the shelter kit. This is what goes with the shelter. I made this bag to match the shelter. We got a shovel. Got a coffee pot. All right, let's see. Put this over here. There's some tinder. We got a silky saw. Got my Tarava Scrama.
Yep.
There's a belt. We're gonna need that. There's already wet leaves everywhere. There's our food kit.
Yeah.
Let's take this one off.
Another fun thing is while you're unpacking, I'm just going to mention to everybody we're using a new tripod, testing it out. So, sorry if it's a little jerky. It's another fluid mount, and it's kind of cold out here, so it's freezing, and it kind of jerks a little bit. So, yeah.
Fluid mount is fantastic for smooth tilting and panning.
Yeah, during the summer, these things are amazing. You know, they produce like quality you see in a studio, but
oh yeah,
you know, during the winter, it's just, you know, jerks back and forth like that.
And we have yet to find one that doesn't freeze up in the winter. Now, I want to show you one thing here before I unroll this. Okay, this is the tent. Now, I may or may not can come up with all the design features that I have built into this thing, but what it is it's a Real Tree Hardwoods. And I don't know how many, they have the little blinds for hunting that are camo, but as far as like a heavy canvas material like this, I don't know of any. And the bottom is a very heavy material, and I think it's called Pyron. It's a very heavy material, and I think I had a piece of that material. Well, let's see. I think it's in one of these packs here. There it is. This is what that material is made out of. This is one side, and this is the other side. Now this floor right here is far superior to any floor I've ever seen. Check this out. Oh, I can't push it through. Let's take the silky saw. Let's take that silky saw. Watch this.
Is that knife just gonna saw just going to come flying towards my face? Oh, I thought
No,
I
it
didn't pay
didn't.
attention. I didn't notice you didn't have it out.
It's not doing it. It's not even distorting it. So that's some strong stuff. So you should just have to clear sticks, heavy sticks out of the way, and anything else on the ground is not going to matter. Now, when I unroll this thing, hold that a second. Now, when I unroll this thing, I want to show you something that may come handy one day. This thing, the way it's folded over, it's folded over into about 6 layers. Now, I did this once before, and I'm going to see if I can do it again. And what you can do is you can lay this over your shoulder. You can lay it over one shoulder down to your belt. And then you can flip it around your other shoulder like that, and then bring these two around and you hold it.
And voila, you now look like the Michelin Man.
Now, I wore this the other day, and then you just take this belt and you just snap it on like this. And believe it or not, nothing substitutes for a jacket, but believe it or not, this is very, very warm. There's kind of a gap in here, and I moved and manipulated this thing around the other day to where it would cover up. So, but anyway.
Yeah, but really,
What?
do you want to wear this, or do you want to wear an M65?
I'm just saying, this is not what this was intended for, but this is a tent. And what gave me the idea of it is the Polish lavus and the Plash Palatkas and the USGI ponchos that I thought, you know, if this tent was only 6 feet, I wouldn't be able to wrap it all the way around me. But the fact that it's 8 feet, I can wrap it all around me. Okay, and more on the 8-foot lengths of it here in a minute. So what we're going to do, we're going to, that looks like a good spot. I'm going to find a place to lay it down.
I mean, true, I still kind of wonder if you can wear a backpack over it.
Probably not. It's pretty bulky. See, there's the bottom of it right there. Can't lay down. There's the bottom, the heavy-duty bottom of the floor right there. Now, things like these big heavy roots, they may be in the way, but I'm not real sure. We'll have to see in a minute. But I'm mainly wanting to set it up and show you some of the features. So a lot of times we'll set up a ridge line and throw a tarp over the top. But with this one, what I did is I put the loops on the actual outside of the tent. Now, there's 2 reasons for that. Maybe 3. Maybe a lot more I can think of. But one of the things is when you're talking about stealth camping, or you know, staying hidden if you want to bug out with a camo shelter of some kind, or you know, maybe if it's your deer camp, or you know, even as the discussion of hunting Bigfoot, trying to photograph Bigfoot keeps coming up, the people that I'm seeing doing that are carrying bright blue tents and yellow tents and orange tents. And you know, to me, honestly, I think if you were trying to spot Bigfoot, you're going to have to blend in. So anyway, the reason I've got all these is shape has to do with everything. Even though this is camouflage, if you see a perfectly square shape with a perfectly square top, like your ridge line, that shape can stand out. And so I was thinking that if I was ever going to have something like this, that with all these different loops up here, instead of just running a ridge line through them, and I'm going to set this up more in the future in more of a stealth pattern. But if you were to set it up underneath like a fallen tree like that, you could tie each loop to that tree in different heights and make the height go up and down. So more on that in a minute. we're going to tie off right here. That's a pretty rotten tree right there.
That's fine. It's not like your shelter's just going to fall on you in the middle of the night.
Let's go into
Or
here
tug the
this-
tree and fall on you instead.
Let's go into this big tree right here.
Wow, the ground is actually very moist here.
Oh yeah, it
Where I've
is.
been standing, my foot's evidently been sinking into the mud.
Oh, I know. Everything's
Man, these are new boots.
everything's like that. All right, I may have to adjust the height on this here.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit. Just a little, get a little more off the ground.
Let's see. Let's try. How do I want to do this? I'm gonna try to miss that vine right there. Look at that! I already got my rope all tied up. And there's stuff everywhere. Let's see. Now that's another thing about the beauty of this is having a ridge line like this.
You can see it easier because it's open.
No,
Or-
I shouldn't have thrown that over there. You can go long distances to get to the trees if you need.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go right here. Alright, we're going to pull this thing up just like that. Now, I had to move from that other tree over there because it was pulling the tent at some sort of a weird angle. Now, the thing is there's a lot of, there's all kinds of, there's stuff all in the way here. Everywhere you're looking, there's vines and branches and sticks and trees. But the thing is you don't want this tent out in the open. You know, you want it to where you're going to be in the middle of a bunch of brush and debris, which is a good thing. All right, so let's take a look over here now. Now, as you can see, I have several loops in here. Now, one of the features that I like in a tent that they don't exist is on the inside, having loops on the inside for hanging like lights and gear and stuff like that. So that's one of the advantages. Now, you see the fact that this thing is 8 feet long is I have 8 feet available to me for plenty of room for me and Nick to sleep in here. But the thing is if you wanted to, instead of having a nice smooth pattern, you can always bunch these up. And as you can see from a distance, this kind of breaks up that straight line a little bit. And now if you wanted to, another thing that you could do, which I'm going to do in the future, I'm going to experiment with more, is you could have a ridge line up a foot above the tent, and you could lift these up and down even higher to give the top the silhouette that would be unnatural with any tent. So for today, we're just going to set it up like this, and I'm just going to show you basically how big it is. Okay, so I'm going to get the kit now and show you what's inside the kit. Now I went ahead and made the shelter kit that goes with it. Now the shelter kit to me is it's always a very important part of a shelter, whether it's a tent or a tarp or just any kind of shelter, because I like to have all the components in one place. So I made this out of the same material, the Real Tree Hardwoods, and I got a couple of elastic strips on there. So let's unclip them and see what's inside here. Now the first thing I want to show you, well, there's a whole bunch of paracord in here. Now instead of using the big rope, I was going to use the paracord for the ridge line. And see, there's a variety. I've got tons of paracord in here. You can see I've got it, and it's all like a coyote color.
Yeah.
Set all that up there. That's a coyote color. And see what this was going to be for, and then like I said, in the future I'm going to set it up this way. It's going to be for having different heights on the ridge line right here. So the one important thing right here that I want to show you about, let's just set this up here for now. It's the beauty of having trees everywhere. It's nature's shelf. Now this neat little outfit right here, it's a little bag that I made with a carabiner. Now what I want to show you, this is Now what this is here, let's pull this part off. Okay, what this is this is a little bag with the tent stakes. Now the tent stakes I made out of bronze because this will blend in with the natural environment a whole lot better than stainless steel. The stainless steel off in the distance could put off a silver shiny look to it, but this will put off like a gold bronze looking color, and after this oxidates, when it gets old, it'll be really a brown color and blend in perfectly. Now with these things in here, I thought to myself, when I was making the bag, I thought, now I want to put a loop on this bag so that I can carabiner it to my belt. As I'm walking around setting the tent up, I can just reach in here and I can pull one of these out. But then I thought to myself, how am I going to keep these whenever it's in the bag transported? How am I going to keep them from spilling out? So then I came up with, this is one of those things that women use to have a ponytail. It's a little elastic thing. I don't even know the name of this. Do you know the name of it, Nick?
Not really.
I don't know the name of it, so I'm not even going to guess. So what you can do with this thing is you can take it on your carabiner and you can wrap it around like this to where it's a lark's head, like this. And then what you do is you're just going to fold it over like that, and then pull this around, and see that secures your top. So that's a part of bag design.
Cool.
For making a pouch. Isn't that neat?
Good for your long hair or your camping equipment.
Yeah, and see that way when you get done with it, so you just leave it hanging on there like that, and you're like this. All right. So what I'm going to do now, see, is I'm just going to hang this on there, and then I've got my stakes right here. So let's pull a few out. Like I say, these will age over time. And what we're going to do is say I've got a whole bunch of these. We're going to try to pull this over. And you just stab that in the ground. And I think there's a total of 16 of these. And you can just stand on them if you want to get them to sink in the ground. If they won't go in the ground all the way. The fact that I've got so many of them though really helps. And see, this is handy. Like I said, I'm just carrying this bag around with me as I'm putting them in. Just grab up the pencil a little bit. And see, during a windy day, the fact that you've got this in a heavy ridge line, this will be impossible to blow away. And you could also, even with the ridge line, you can take some of that paracord and put through these loops and tie off to different trees, which gives it even more strength. And I'm not really worried about anything poking through the bottom of this because this is that heavy Pyrolon material. This is another one of the features of the way the ridge line is that I'm fixing to show you. Now, I could have, let's see here a minute, let's see if we can get this over here. And see, I'm not worried about this vine here. I'm just going to stab this down in the ground. Alright, now, as you can see, the other side I got it good and tight. And this side's kind of floppy. So what I can do now is take some of the paracord and tie off to the ridge line and lift it up and over. So that's what we're going to do now.
As you can see there, he's using a stick to put that over on that limb up there. And he's dropping the stick. And the rope is not up. So now he's trying to anchor the paracord up there. Let me zoom in and see that. Oh, there it is.
Alright. So what I do now, as Nick was explaining, I had to use a log or a stick to get that up over the cord. So what I can do now is I can just tie this off. And I can manipulate this up like that.
So you want it at the front, not the middle?
Well, that's where that tree landed. It's so far that way, I don't know if I could put it in the middle. But what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to wrap it around this one loop here. Alright, so now I've got it pulled up just right. Now the roof here, what I want to do is I want to take another piece of paracord and I want to tie it from here to there to stretch it out.
Very windy, but barely moving. I mean, the tent flaps are.
Yeah.
But
Now with this, the fact that we've got trees everywhere like this, hanging overhead, and then I've got a bag of paracord is wonderful because we can do things like the way this porch is made here. See? I've got an extra spot out here to keep the rain out. So all I got to do here is use this extra paracord in this tree up here to pull that up, which is very handy indeed. Alright. How about that, Nick? Alright, so we've got our porch here now, and then I've got a place for 2 more stakes. And it's funny, we just happen to have a tree stump hole right here in the middle, in the front, that we got to be careful of. Now I've got some extra loops here on the side. Can you see these?
yeah.
Right there.
Zoom in on it.
Now in the future, I thought about putting some loops on here to pull this out if I wanted to. But there's another solution for that. Let's go over here.
You need something for securing the door flaps.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Because, like I said, I don't see anything on there, and I can see the winds just blowing those around.
Right. Well, now let's look in here in this bag.
Because conveniently, the door of this closed shelter is pointed right where the wind's blowing into it.
I know. Now, here's another little thing right here. We're sure close here.
Yes, we are.
I've got this little bag in here with this elastic. And I've got these little clips here that I have painted brown. I said what you can do with them is that you can kind of fold this thing back. For now you can hold that open. Or one of the other things that you could do is you could put a clip on here and use a paracord to kind of spread it out a little bit. Alright?
Or you could use them to secure that door.
That's what's next.
Okay. I was wondering.
Inside here, and you can kind of see how I've got this porch here. I've got an extra foot overhead so that the rain won't be right here in front of the tent. Now this material right here, the fact that this is a canvas tent, you can't have canvas completely sealed off or the moisture will be horrendous. So what this is I can't remember what this is, mossy oak. This is a very, very old mossy oak, and it's not a solid material, it's a mesh material. So let me cut this light on. See? Can you see that, Nick?
Yeah.
That is a mesh material. Now, this thing here, oh, this is part of the beauty of this. Let's pull this clip off. You can open this up and cut it on, and you can hang it inside here like that, from the inside of the porch. Now I forgot to put carabiners in there. Oh wait a minute, this thing's also got a hook. Look, you can put a hook there. So if you have to go to the bathroom at night, you can put that on blinking, and you've got your porch blinking right here. And then when you get done, you can cut it off, and then you can bring it inside the tent. So let's set that inside there. Now inside this kit, I put 2 of these. These are spring loaded. I can't remember where I got them, but it'll be great for the inside of the tent. I'm gonna set them right inside the door. Now, depending on the height and the width, these things right here were, I was going to put Velcro on them, and they always wound up landing in a different place. And then this thing right here, this is a, can you see that?
Yeah.
This is actually sewn in place like a seal plate to keep critters out and to keep rain out. And so what I do with these is I just use all these little brown clips and I clip everything together as I go inside. So let's take a look at that. How this works. Now what I'm going to do, oh,
What fun noises I'm hearing out of that tent.
it's called being old. So now what I'm going to do here is I got my little clips here, and what I've done, all they are is those paper type clips for folders and things, and I painted them brown. So all I got to do now is this has got enough sag to it that I can pinch it up, clip up one end, and then I'll clip up this end. Now see how I'm grabbing it with my fingers?
Yeah.
I can clip up that end. And see, now that's held the floor up pretty good. Now let's see what I can do right here. I could leave one side open during the day so that I can get in and out. Let's do that trick with a light again. See how it's got the mesh? Can you see the light coming through?
Yeah.
All right. Then all we do here is clip this off like that. Pull this together and clip this off. And then I can reach in here and pull these together. You can see they got enough room here that I can pull them together. And I can just clip these together. Then we'll be good to go.
Okay. Yeah. So I was wondering about how to seal it. Well, there's a little hole down there.
Yeah. Well, I got a whole bag of clips here. We can clip all this stuff up.
Okay, you got more?
Yeah. Now let me see the camera. Do you want to come in here with me when we're filming?
Sure.
Okay. Now let me see that camera here just a minute. Alright. I'm going to put the camera right here. You can see where this is the mesh right here. So let's turn this around. Now do you see how far away Nick is?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm right up against the back here.
Okay, he's right up against the back. Look how far away he is. This is 8 feet. Look down into the floor there. You can see there's plenty of room on the floor.
Yeah.
Now, let me show you something else here.
Built mine, I got it a little muddy.
That's alright. It's going to get muddy. So now, let's raise this up and look. Can you see all the loops up at the top? Let's let Nick film that. There you go.
Alright.
Alright. Now, can you see all these loops up at the top here?
Yeah. Like they go all the way across the top here.
Yeah. See right there? Now, these lanterns are real cheap. They came from Big Lots. I don't know if y'all have places called Big Lots, but see, we could hang one at that end and one at this end. We could hang one up at the door. See, this tent's fantastic, and you can set up in here. And there's plenty of room here to lay side by side, and you could have one head at one end and one head at the other end. And it's going to be windproof and waterproof. It's already very warm in here, but we won't have to worry about condensation because we'll have this air blowing in right through here.
Yeah, I wanted to climb in here to get out of the wind, and yeah, it's keeping the wind off of me.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a wind stopper.
Fingers are finally falling out.
Yeah. Now see, the other thing about this is when you go to lay down at night, floor space is imperative. So I thought about the fact that it's got these ridge lines up here that you can tie to, that, you know, not only can you hang gear from up here. See, I got all these loops. Everywhere where there's a loop up top, there's a loop up bottom. And so what I was thinking about is that once we brought our backpacks inside, because see that pouch is up there even, I thought we could have carabiners lining across the top and we could hang our backpacks from the top, which would be killer. Isn't that neat? And I'm wondering now if I need to put more loops on the outside, like right in the middle, so that I can have paracord pulling this out.
Yeah, because that's...
You think that's a good idea, Nick?
Yeah, I'd probably do that, because kind of... If you just space it apart like that.
Yeah. And see, I can always add loops later. I put all these loops up top, and we can... See, that'll make it seem more roomy in here. You know it? And I've got all that paracord in there, and just pull the sides out. And another thing, too, what I was talking about... another thing that I was talking about is that flat silhouette of the tent. I could break up the natural shape of a tent by like pulling one this way and then pulling one in another way, and it would give it like a weird rounded shape. So I think I'm going to make those changes before you see this again. I'm going to set it up again. And there's one other surprise modification that I'm going to do to this thing that you're going to love, and hopefully I'll be working on it in the next month. So as far as I'm concerned, the shelter is done.
Yeah, so you said you're actually going to try hanging our packs from these loops?
Yes, and I think it'll do it because there's so many loops up top on that heavy rope that I think they'll withstand the weight.
So I was trying to figure out of the weight of it actually dragging the tent down, but I think if you tie it off, because like you tied up the front over there, I think if you tied it off right above where you're hanging the packs, it would work.
Oh yeah, I could tie a few more. And see something else. Nick is down there, and look, here's my feet, and here's my head, and my feet is in front of Nick.
Let me lay down.
Yeah, put your feet up here. Come up here and put your head down right there.
Okay.
Can you still see me on camera, or has it got to go down?
Oh, it's got to go down.
All right.
Here, so yeah, my head will be laying down, and that's where my feet are.
Yeah. See, it's a tight fit, but we got the length, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And if anything, there's actually room. You could put your pack here.
So we're not completely smelling each other's feet.
Yeah, not really. Well, see, I could put the pack as a pillow too, right here.
Yeah.
And whatever's hanging over, I could put the pack crossways, lay here, and Nick's feet won't touch it, and then my pack will be down there, and you can put your head on it.
Yeah.
So you say, I think that'll be cool.
Works very good.
All right, rock on. All right, you ready to go eat?
Oh yeah, I am.
All right, let's go see. One thing, I'm gonna do a special kind of a fire. I'm gonna try one. I hope it works. So let's go on outside. Oh, we got the tent all set up, and you can kind of see. Another thing that I meant to say is if you'll see that dip right there, I cut that fabric on the top crooked so that it would, from a distance, it wouldn't be a distinctive straight line. We're going to get off in the distance and look at it in a minute and see if it blends in pretty good. The bad thing about that camo pattern is it's got the same tree 5 times. I just realized that, but you know, you gotta live with what they send you. So now what we're going to do now is I'm going to make on a windy day like today, people get nervous about having fires. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a trench fire here. And I'm going to try this piece of junk out right here. And I say piece of junk because pretty much every folding shovel that I've ever had has been a piece of junk. And this one's by a company called Red Rock. It's the one that I bought in Marietta at that military store. So we're going to dig a little trench right here. And what I've got is I've got a line up with Red's rings and a coffee pot so that I'll know exactly where to dig. So I'm gonna dig a little trench right here.
Yep.
And
remember, it's always easier to dig when you're just sitting down.
That's right. Well, I'm gonna scoot this over. I just wanted to mainly get an area for this thing to be. Hey, look at that. I'm gonna use a little piece of this to put my knee on.
There you go.
All right.
Bring something with you unless you're going to use it.
Yep. Yep.
And then we struck gold.
I think there's rocks in here.
And it kind of looks like roots.
Yeah, could be. So far it's not bending.
A lot of roots.
Huh?
A lot of roots. Something.
Yeah, roots. Alright, now.
I love roots, don't you?
Oh,
You know,
yeah,
you're trying to dig a hole and they're always there making your life wonderful.
Making life so much more fun. Now you gotta be careful catching, if you're gonna catch these roots on fire, you gotta be sure and put this fire out real good with the water. Yeah, there's a lot of rocks in this. Now, what I want to do next is I want to scoop all this dirt out. You're going to have all kinds of roots and things here in the forest.
Yeah, so it makes me wonder now. So what you said last video about causing the roots to catch on fire underground,
Yeah, you don't
they'll
want
simmer
that.
for a while. What about when the ground is this saturated? Is it still possible?
I don't know, but I think this is a huge advantage to it being so muddy. And now, I'm taking the dirt and I'm going to kind of ledge up here. And this is working really good because it's so muddy.
Dave, didn't your parents tell you not to play in the mud?
They should have. Alright, now, I'm going to have to wash them gloves real good. Let's dump this out. Now I want to see how this pan fits on here. Because that's what I'm concerned with, is that pan. Now I'm not worried about where the coffee pot is. I'm only worried about the pan. So I'm going to get some of this mud here. And I'm going to set this up a nice little place for the pan. It'll be over a little bit. There you go. Right there. And we got room for a fire underneath.
You got mud in the pan.
We'll get it out.
I don't want muddy eggs.
No, we ain't gonna have no muddy eggs. Alright, I'm gonna put a little bit more here on the side. And then I think I'm gonna put some dirt out here on the end. Like this. And this will block some of the wind.
Oh,
What?
just looking at the shelter again while the wind's blowing. You see it kind of moving a bit.
That's alright.
But you don't feel it at all when you're in there.
Oh, I know. It's amazing. It's a very warm shelter. During the summer, you have to strip down to your skivvies. Ain't that what they call it, Nick?
Yeah.
All right, now how's that? How's that look, Nick?
Pretty good.
All right, let's see if that pan fits perfect. Perfect, right there.
Yep.
And it's an aluminium type pan, so the heat will transfer big time. All right, so let's get a fire started.
It's about time.
All right. All right, get them thin. All right. Nick, you're doing great. Now, if I was you, I'd take a piece of that fat wood and light it and transfer it to the other side, because the other side was being stubborn.
Oh yeah, I am. This other side doesn't like me.
Grab 3 or 4 of them. if you have to.
You know what? I'm just going to do an old trick I like. It's easy, right?
Well,
I mean, if it wasn't wet.
yeah, if it wasn't wet.
Whatever.
Grab some more of them shavings, or grab some that you've got over there.
This one's curled.
Yeah. All right, now let that in. Now just put some of these small sticks on this side over here before you burn up all your fat wood. I think that other side will come to life here in a minute.
Oh, don't go out.
Well, sprinkle you a little more fat wood on there.
Oh, it's falling through.
Well, put a little more fat wood on it. And then some more sticks.
A little hole in the center of it.
I guess if you want to, just put that whole pile on there and we'll gather up some more and scoot the fire over to the other side. Well, if you got the fire to migrate over to the middle, that's a good thing. That means it's going to travel over there. All right, I'm going to run gather some more sticks while Nick is tending to that, and we'll have it going here in just a minute.
Well, fire's going. Took a bit, but yeah, it's going pretty well. It's time to cook now.
Yep, yum, yum. Should have brought a rag of some
Sure.
kind.
Yeah, get all the mud out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's open this up. Take a look, see what we have here. We have conecuh sausage.
All right.
All right, let's put a little bit of olive oil in here. Now, I don't think I want this pan too hot. Got to put the olive oil in here because this is a aluminium type pan.
Yep.
Set that right on there. Get it nice and smoky. Alright, let's cook this up. What? Nick, we got mud all over everything. Hey,
Coming
you have
straight
to
at the
scoot on
camera
over
now.
here to this side a little bit. You may have to keep constantly scooting over because of that.
Yeah.
The wind keeps shifting.
Smoke was billowing out from under it, and then it just stopped for a second, and then just all came out at me.
That's bad. Alright, let's see if I can cut this. Cut it. Let's cut it that way. I'm going to cut it down the middle. Because I think it'll cook better that way.
I mean, I personally was just shoving it on a stick and held it over the fire.
Huh.
That's the way to do it.
Well, we'll see.
Might try that. Where's the stick at?
Set this to the side. Set this over here somewhere. Let's see. I may have to move. I think I'm going to have to move a couple of them coals over.
I don't even feel like moving again.
You ain't got to.
Never mind, it went that way now. Well, no, it's still going towards me.
See, I'm done. I'm going to have to leave it on there. That's up too high. I need to find a rotten wood. Let's put this wood on here while we're going. Here's a piece. How about this? That's old wet wood. Oh, look at that. That's better. Right there will level it up nice. How's that, Nick?
Cool. It really looked like a fire was still going under that.
Well, it's coals.
I mean, it's cooking.
Yeah, things like sausage and egg do so much better. You know, with a
So you can see that sizzling.
Yeah. See what we got here.
I think you can barely see it on camera.
Yeah. I'll dump a couple eggs in there. Well, actually, I ain't gonna put no eggs in there until that coffee starts going. Coffee acts like it's not wanting to go.
You know, the fire's not really going on that side.
Nah.
No. There's something you probably could add to it.
Oh, I know how to get it back going.
Lighter fluid?
No. Yeah.
I had to do it. I don't know if I've said that joke in a couple videos.
I don't know. Add fine fuel.
Make some more shavings and throw on. So.
Put this over here. Right there. That'll always kick it back up.
Yeah.
It being such a windy day, it's that's not very helpful.
Yeah.
How this is looking. It's starting to look pretty good.
Let me zoom in on it again.
Woo! Nice and hot.
Oh yeah, there you go.
That perk has only got a bubble. It's only got a bubble for, you know, a few minutes. While we're at it, I'm going to put a little bit of fine fuel under there.
Guess you could say this is smoked sausage.
Yeah, literally. That's the only bad thing about this campfire cooking.
Smoking meat in the woods.
Yep. Alright, so let's get...
And me, apparently. Well, it's
right.
not really going towards me now. Okay.
Okay, now see how I just kicked them flames up?
Yeah, now it's going.
Yeah.
You can see it now on here.
Move some of this stuff. Man, I got junk everywhere. Why does it every time that we have a campsite, Nick, it looks like a bomb went off?
It's fine. Alright, how many of the eggs are unbroken? Oh, look, none's broken. Look at that.
That's right. Look at this. I got junk everywhere. Oh, our coffee is Lavazza. Lavazza. Yep. Alright, you ready? Look at that wind. This pit should have been deeper. Oh, I ain't real concerned about it. Because everything out here is wet. You know what?
Yeah.
Nature's paper towel.
I think that's how that works. I don't think that's how you get salmonella off your hands. Then we both died after the video.
Yep. Man, these eggs are out here. I wished I had a bigger spatula. These eggs are going to be hard to get done. There's lots of little bits and pieces of burnt eggs all in here.
Trying to piece through
Yeah.
the egg.
Yeah.
Try to see what's edible.
Whew, man, that fire is still hot. It ain't nothing but coals, but it's still hot. Now let me think about
That's
it.
good, yeah.
Alright. Let's see if we got some coffee here. Let me remove some of this stuff here.
That's the best part you're getting rid of right there. Yeah, all the charred egg.
Thanks. Now see, I ain't adding no more fuel.
An olive. I mean, it looks like it came out pretty well. At least the sausage. If you can see that on camera, I'm not sure.
See, now we got us a nice burnt coating on there.
Alright.
Alright, what we're going to do...
I love char in my food.
Let's put a little bit more in there.
That's sarcasm, by the way.
Let's put a little bit more in there while we're fixing to eat. Let's see. I thought there'd be more grease and stuff in this.
I'm not really sure if, I don't know if those are pre-cooked or not.
I don't know if they are or not, but I guarantee you those are plenty cooked.
I'll take this plate.
Alright. Go ahead.
It's pretty done.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can hold this in front camera.
And then I get your coffee.
Look at that.
I'm gonna wait. Nick, I'm gonna wait on the eggs just a minute. How about that? We'll wait on the eggs a minute, Nick, till we get the coffee.
I think it's done.
Alright.
Oh, the eggs are definitely done.
Let's see if I can do this. Wait a minute, where's that? Here it is. Come on. There we go. Alright, check it out, Nick. If I can do this without getting burnt.
Zoom in on that right there.
Go.
Looky there.
There's you some. Can you set it somewhere?
I can hold it. I can attempt to film with one hand.
I need to aim. I'll move the camera to both of us.
Okay.
How about that?
Or you just set it there and I'll just move over there and sit.
You may move your coffee.
That's pretty good, yeah.
Alright, let me try. We'll have a lot more eggs in a minute.
Yeah, the egg-coated sausage is pretty good.
That's done. Wow. Oh, we don't get sick.
Yeah. He's over here handling our food. By washing the salmonella off his hands from the eggs. I don't know. We've done it before and we haven't gotten sick, so.
Haven't got sick. Hey, that sausage is kind of spicy. Can you
A
tell?
little bit. The egg coating kind of covers it up, though.
This will all get cooked in a minute. Oh. Sausage and eggs.
It's almost kind of like the sausage is baking or boiling in the egg.
Yum, yum.
Say, you know what? We haven't tried the coffee yet. I've never tried it. Give that a whirl. Cheers.
Good and awesome.
Oh yeah, good.
All right, time to close it out. We had fun. We hope y'all had fun. Hope you picked up a few tricks, found some stuff interesting. Anything you want to add, Nick? Other than our new tripod's not as good as our old one.
Well, I mean that, yeah.
But
nothing really to add. Maybe be worry about how far down you dig the trench if you're doing a fire like that, because
Yeah.
the wind kind of made it burn a lot faster than it should have.
Oh yeah, it did. The wind picked it up and then just made
Blew
it go.
a lot of unnecessary smoke into my eyes.
Yeah. But this is a good way of cooking in a real windy situation because it's very windy today. So, all right, we hope you had fun. We're just waiting on the rest of the food to get done, and more modifications to come to this tent. I think I'm really going to like it. Me and this tent's going to get along good, and I guess that's it for today. Enjoy your time outdoors. Everybody in Texas, I hope the snow goes away and y'all get y'all's power back. Our thoughts are with you. It's bad. That's a big snowstorm. Oh, one other thing real quick. I want to mention 3 channels real quick. Some friends of mine. Own 3. My friend Jason. If you get a chance, go and visit him. And man, what was the other one? I forgot the name of the other one. There was 3 I was going to mention. Oh, JW Apothecary, good friend of mine. Go check him out. He makes homemade soaps and salves and stuff. And then these 2 guys up in Nova Scotia, Canada, Atlantic Bushcraft Adventures. They do a podcast. So they're just very cool, normal guys that are friends that go camping. And if you want something that you can just stick your earbuds in and listen to, like while you're on your way to work or something, or driving, commuting, or sitting around at home, those guys are very cool to listen to. Atlantic Bushcraft Adventures from Nova Scotia. So those are 3 quick shout outs for some friends of mine. I just remembered it. I almost forgot it. So time to turn pan. Anything you want to add?
I'm good.
All right, get out, have fun, and enjoy life. And we shall see you in the next one.
See you later. Have a good one. Cheers, everybody.